Okay, so welcome to another episode of the Traveling Groomers Podcast. We have a special guest today. You probably know her and you've seen her around the trade shows, but you know her as Moego Lily.
Ooh.
Hey,
Hi,
Lily, welcome.
Hi, Mary and Chris. Nice to see you. And Mary, nice to see you again.
Yes, so thank you for taking time out of your day to be here. We always appreciate when guests come on our podcast.
Mhm.
Okay, so here's the thing. I remember when I first met you,
Mhm.
and there was a guy with you.
Yes.
Is he your partner? Because I remember you.
Yeah, he's also our co-founder.
Okay, so he's a co-founder.
Yeah.
And Chris, we were at Super Zoo, and I forget what class it is, but she had come in after the class, and she was telling me about this great product that she had, and she was looking for product testers. And I'm like, yeah, I'm retiring. It's
Yeah.
already on my radar to retire. And I've also had, I guess, really not good luck with scheduling software. So, what, I thought it was a really good idea, but you know what? I wasn't planning on product testing. But I remember you, and I thought, that it was what's the word I want to use? Not ballsy, Chris, but you know what? Confidence.
Chutzpah.
Confident.
There we go.
Chutzpah.
Just to basically go up to some strange person that you don't know to tell you about the product. So you know what? For that, I really give you kudos to do that.
But thank you for talking to me. Actually, I will feel like, I would say, yeah, as you mentioned, well, you definitely have very good memory. Like, when we approach that and right in the class, I think right after the class you teach, right? And well, I mean, that's really very, very early days of Moego, very early days. Like,
Yes.
if you want to talk to me further after that class, what I'm gonna show you probably just a few kind of screenshots or the design prototype. It's very early stage, and for sure it's just an iOS and on the mobile, and like not even like today,
But you know what? That's okay, because here's the thing. Okay. You don't know how well anything you're going to do is going to do until you do it.
Sure, of course.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to start building some interest in it, you had to start talking to people. Okay. I like to think that I'm always nice and will always listen to what somebody has to say.
Yeah.
Well, I would think that since you remembered that, and how many years ago was that?
I think even 2017.
Yeah. I already was making plans to sell my van.
Yeah.
And I think already at that point, I had set the end date. I mean, an actual date that I was going to retire, and there was going to be no discussion after that. You know what? Date come. Oh, I'm not grooming anymore. How'd that happen?
To be honest with you, like by the time you're telling me, but I don't have those contacts, right? So then, yeah, I do have the feeling of refusion, right?
Yep.
And then, but that doesn't really disappoint me, because like I feel like, yeah, that's what it is, because we have nothing at that moment. We just have those ideas, and then we want to validate and then talk. So at least you talk to me. So yeah.
Okay, so what I admire about anybody is, okay, you see a need, all right, and you go and you fulfill the need. All right. So why did you want to do this? I mean, let's just say, at first of all, she's not a groomer. She's not in the grooming industry. She's not a mobile groomer. She's not. Okay.
Yeah. So what made you look at this and go, I need to create this type of software for this business? What even brought it to your mind?
Sure. So actually it started with like our own dog, right? Like me and my partner, like we were looking for like groomers. We live in LA, and we pull up the Yelp list, and for the nearby like 10 groomers, and call 10 of them, like 9 didn't pick up, and then 1 picked up and then say too busy, like 2 weeks later or something. So I think for us, like we were so get used to those like Uber, those things like instant service. So So it was just so a little kind of, lack, kind of just the filling the gap. That's really the idea started. We feel like as a pet owners, like if we have those problems, then like a lot of other pet parents have the same problem of booking with their groomers, finding groomers. Okay, so then like how we started to thinking about what about let's see what's the problem here in this industry. Then we research, and then of course finally we do find our mobile groomer in LA. And then like when we talked to him, then we figured, wow, there's another big problem to solve, which that groomer always complain to us. The software they are currently using is just so hard to use, especially like it's not I mean, I would say the point is not even the hard, but it's like it didn't feel in the needs what a mobile groomer needs. So basically the software was built for like a brick mortar store, but then for a mobile groomer, you are always on the road, right? And then like you are multitasking, you are like one person handling everything, customer management, communications. You also do the grooming, you do the driving, and then you also do the reminders back home. And right, so take payments, everything. So with the other software, like if you build it only for the brick mortar store, so those are like not get into the needs of what a mobile groomer wants, and especially mobile groomer, the time is money. So minimize the driving and let them do the task, let the kind of, the software do the task for them, and then they can focus more on the dogs and then do more services. I think that's exactly how we started when we say, oh, let's, help them directly with building a software that at least solve one major problem, which is to help them do the routing. So that's how we first started, and which we have something called a smart scheduling. Like there was nothing, like no like solutions out there in the industry. And then we built our like the first mobile app on even just on the iOS. Back then there's no Android. We didn't have the resource to build that, but just the iOS version. And then we have the map view. At least the groomers can visualize their appointment on the map view, so they know like how far from this appointment to the next one. And then we also integrated the Google Map API into the app, so that like the groomer can see the real time, etc., etc. So that's how we started with the smart scheduling, and we see the gap and fill the gap. And then of course the story starts from here, and then like we will receive lots of feedback when our first original set of beta users really like us, give a lot of feedback. Then the story starts from here and grow into Moego today.
Okay, so we're going to take our first commercial break. And we're back. And for those who are watching, just know that the commercial goes into the audio only version of this. So anyway, I love beta testing. I absolutely adore it. Anytime I have a new program that's like new, I'll offer beta on it. Beta not meaning not free, beta meaning about half the price, you know? So beta, so it gives you feedback, okay, on where things might be, where you're missing something, maybe you're not explaining something very well. But I love a beta opportunity. As I'm scrolling through Facebook, when I see the words beta, I will stop scrolling and read what they're beta testing. Okay.
Those
before
the beta ladder more in the software industry, or like also in
the
beta
products? People do beta for everything.
Okay. Beta candy.
Yeah, so there's always a beta version for something somebody is doing. Okay. And I think really the smart marketers, hey, may mention, hey, I have a beta program here. You know what? You guys are going to get a real break on the price in exchange for a little bit of feedback on the program.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So yeah. But I also want to make mention of what scheduling was like in the very, very beginning. Okay. So I started off in 2002. Okay. And our navigation systems, and you're going to hear like heart fluttering right here. Okay. So I paid $1,000 for my Magellan system.
Oh.
with the van. Yeah, $1,000.
I gotta chill. I gotta wrap up. That was horrible.
Okay. And since it used the satellite, if the government needed the satellite for whatever reason, okay, that means Magellan was knocked off. Okay. So I'd be driving along in an area, I don't know where I'm at. All right. And all of a sudden, my navigation reads, I'm in Lake Michigan.
Like
Okay?
in the middle, like
Like
swimming through.
literally in the middle of Lake Michigan. Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, that's not helping me at the moment. Okay. It has also, I swear it has a sense of humor. It had a sense of humor because it's like long gone. Okay.
Yeah.
I should have saved that unit and sent it to like a museum or something like that. But anyway, it had me get off the main road, go uphill a dirt road, go
Mm.
downhill a dirt road to go back to the main road.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the system thought that was pretty funny. So whatever AI was there, they're like, watch us. She'll do anything we tell her to do. But anyway, so it technology grows by leaps and bounds. And then after that, it was the map books. So the Rand McNally map books, we would go and get the big books of it, and you would have to like manually figure out where you were going.
Yeah.
So those were your options back in the day.
That's 10 years ago or
2002.
I'm glad
2002?
I missed all
20
that.
years ago.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I was a mobile boomer for.
no, 2002 was not 20 whole years ago.
Yes, it was, Chris.
Oh,
Yes.
I saw a meme in which it said that kids to compare, all right? So if you grew up in the 90s, you
Mhm.
know, the classic rock was like the 60s, right?
Mm.
So right now in 2020,
Mhm.
classic rock is the 90s.
Mhm.
I would hate to think what they refer to for the 60s.
Mm.
Is that just like one big category?
yeah, I don't even know. That may be oldies and not classic rock. See, when I was growing up, oldies was like the 50s and doo-wop and early rock and roll and like Chuck Berry and stuff. I don't know what that is even considered now.
I don't know. And do we really want to know? Have anyone answered that question?
Honestly, I
No.
don't want to know. And our grandkids, Chuck Berry is probably going to be classical music at some point.
Ooh.
Hmm.
What's their favorite right now? What's their style right now?
I have no idea. Don't ask me.
No. Oh. I'm very glad that I was not doing mobile before I had the nice GPS in my phone.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Imagine the days. Yeah, as Mary mentioned, like it's just I cannot imagine, but
yeah,
I
you
love
know, the days,
the
Chris,
story. Yeah, the days
where
without
we
GPS. You know.
where we trudged uphill to school in the snow, both ways.
Both ways. Both ways, because there was not, I don't know, physics, because it was before physics was
It was before
invented.
physics. Okay, so all right. So anyway, so you saw a need, you needed to fill the need. All right, so I want to concentrate on that. So you saw a need, you fill the need. How does that process work? Let's just say for the person, anyone who's thinking, well, you know, I see there's a need to do this and I'm going to do it. All right. So I know you said you started with research.
Yep.
So walk me through that a little bit.
So how did we do the research?
Yes.
Oh wow! Yeah,
'Cause
that's sorry. Yeah, go
Because
ahead.
it's got to be scary coming in, like not being a groomer, coming in as a pet owner. And it's a lot.
Yeah, I was thinking like it is a lot. Well, yeah, I was kind of thinking like how did we achieve this, like even without being a groomer? I guess the early days, yeah, we did talk a lot. And then I think it's also driven by us, like very always curious, you know. So we would ask a lot of questions with the local groomers in LA here. And then even myself, like I jump in the mobile van and then just go out with them like the whole day.
Okay.
Yeah, I can also like, I mean, before like I jump in the van and I didn't even understand like how the day goes. And then when I have that experience, then I totally feel, wow, how do you deal with when you don't need to go to restroom? And right, especially that. And then even during the day, and then you don't like even have time to eat, you know, you kind of grab sandwich while you're driving.
All right. Did they show you the Slurpee cup?
Yes. I was so surprised.
You know, mobile groomers hate on me all you want. I am a little bit of a princess. I have not yet had to deal with the Slurpee cup.
Mhm.
I've had moments where I thought it was close, and then I remembered that I'm parked outside of a house,
Okay, that's
And-
good.
and I can text them and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
make up
I?
something. My coffee is doing something strange to me today. Your pup's not finished yet, but may I use your restroom? Because I just, no, I can't. I'm spoiled."
Okay. And I will absolutely take lunch. I mean, I will stop. You know what? I'm not familiar with LA, but you know what? In Connecticut, where I was, I mean, we had hundreds of parks, thousands of lakes. It was so easy to like grab a lunch and just sit down and like chill out. Right.
Mm.
And I think sometimes as we think we have to like power, like it's a badge of honor to power through the day. All right. And then not feel well, not sleep well,
Yeah.
rather than, you know, taking that lunch break, chilling out, and then getting back to work. You're going to have way better productivity and
For
you're
sure.
not, you're not pushing it.
For
Okay.
sure. Yeah, you need to take a break. But I guess like by the time like how I experienced that, I think also it also depends on the stage, like when the mobile groomer they just started, right? And then also the LA traffic make it so uncertain for their next appointments, right? So they should better manage their customers' expectation. Like my arrival time, please allow 30 minutes, 1 hour if you stuck somewhere. Otherwise, you have to sacrifice your lunchtime to to the road trip there. So
Yeah, you know what? Different areas have different concerns. Like where I was, the bane of my existence was school buses.
oh
All right.
yeah.
School buses, and it's a more suburban area.
Mhm.
So it's not like, especially with the little kids, that they just get out of the bus and, get
Mhm.
in the car or go up the driveway. No, you know what? The parent has to say thank you to the school bus driver, multiply that by 40 kids that are in there, and you're ready to run somebody over.
Okay.
Okay. The worst, I got stuck one day, Chris, it was so bad. I got stuck every time I left a house to go to the next house. I got stuck behind a school bus the entire day. I ended up having to reschedule my last appointment because at that point I was already an hour behind schedule.
So you have to wait. You have to wait for the school bus.
Oh yeah. They put up the little flashy lights in the little bar. Yeah, you stay behind the school bus
Ooh, how long you have to wait?
until all the kids get off, and he closes the door and takes off again.
Until they're done. Yeah, wait until they're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And the teenagers are worse than the little kids
Mhm.
because the teenagers, they just saunter out. All
Mhm.
right. No, they're holding up traffic. And then they cross the road and they're sauntering across the road. And,
Mhm.
again, you're just thinking, yeah, yeah, you're going to be an adult one day, and you're going to be sitting behind a school bus
Yeah.
wishing you weren't such a jerk.
Ooh.
No, I don't think they're going to connect that.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to connect that to that when they were kids going,
Not yet.
No, they're not going to care, Mary.
So on that note,
Let's take commercial break number 2.
number 2. And we're back. Okay, so from the time of you thought you were going to do this till you had a product that you could beta test, how long was that?
I think when we first start to have the idea, probably like mid 17. So I think when we first kind of have our iOS app on the App Store officially launched, but I mean, by saying that official launch is launched for the beta user, they can download and then to test it out. So that's around, I think September 2017. Yeah. So, and then we probably test like maybe 3 months at least. But of course, and then before that launch, like we're already kind of, offline chat, a lot of chats already. So I would say like take us like about at least half year to get it prepared and have the very minimal viable version launched on the iOS app store for people to download. Yeah, that's about the time.
Okay, so 6 months from thought to getting it enough to where you could do a beta test. And I make mention of the time frame. You guys had tech experience, so you weren't learning something new to do this.
Yeah, sure, for sure. Yeah, like I'm not the designer, but I designed those products. Like you have to learn how to draw with. Back then we used it's called a sketch. Have you heard about the Photoshop? Like back then?
Yep.
Yeah. Photoshop. And then I think back then, like the sketch is the version like much simpler than Photoshop. And then that's like how tech companies do those design prototypes. And gladly that very easy to learn. So I use that a lot. I spend so much time on the sketching, this is free wireframes and bring this to the local groomers to show them. Is this the screen and to that screen, and that's how you operate, and is this what you want? And they will give you a lot of feedback and then write down, and then iterate a new version, and then the second they send out to them, and then feedback. So that's how it works together.
Okay. Honestly, how have you found groomers about giving their feedback? Like not shy at all about telling you what they like and don't like about something?
I feel maybe we are so lucky. I feel like every groomer we talk to, they just like giving you so much. I feel we feel probably we're just so lucky. But I think it's also maybe because it's just so painful for them. Because they it's a gap there. They just want something they can help with them, their routing and then everything. They have a wish list on their mind. I want this to work like this way, and there's nobody can help me. And then maybe find us, have the potential to help them. So they invested on us, I would say.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
Nice.
You say something, Chris?
Yes, and it went out of my brain.
I know. I had the same question, went poof right out of my head.
Did you see it? You could probably, if you're watching on YouTube, you could probably see it leave my brain because I went.
Sorry, it will pop up probably later on.
Yeah. And literally, Chris, it came back and then it went away. It's like,
and then it went away again. It's this week. There's something with this week. I don't understand what it is, but what else was I going to say? So
one thing I wanted to say is that right after I met you, okay, I noticed right away you were on social media. And you know what? Groomers love they love their social media.
Yeah.
So I would give you props for that because you were very consistent about being on social media to talk about it.
Thanks. Yeah. I think that's also what's built in within Moego is like DNA, it's like we want to connect with our users or connect with the community. So I think the first day when we have our account called Moego Lily and with my
Mhm.
dog's image there. So yeah, and then Moego Lily becomes so popular. And then even sometimes when we look at our backend and then to see, you know, the Google search, the keywords, right? Moego Lily is many, like way more than Moego. Some of the data, like when we check, then people search Moego Lily more than Moego. Crazy.
I actually had to pull up your profile pic because I forgot I was going to ask what kind of dog you have. I will still ask because not everybody can see it at the moment. So is the dog that's your profile pic the one you
Yes.
were looking for the mobile groomer for that started all of this?
Yes, exactly the same page. Yeah,
Aw,
she's a Shih Tzu and a Maltese mix.
she is very, very cute.
Thank you. Yeah, she's very cute. She's right here. So she's 9
Oh.
years old already now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
yeah, we got Pooh Bear still in my sweatshirt, but he's sound asleep and he maybe starts snoring soon.
No. We probably can hear him.
Oh, no,
All
no,
right.
no. You will probably hear him if he starts. Oh, wait.
Oh.
I see you woke him up. You talked about him too much
Yep.
Yay.
He's got to go back to sleep. Okay.
and you woke him up. All right. You'll have to point it out when he's snoring so I don't accidentally delete it when I'm editing as background noise.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. Go back to sleep. He's like, no, I'm up. You woke me up. Thank you very much.
Wow.
So is Lily available? Because people who, this will be on YouTube, we could see the real Moego Lily.
Available. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the dog? What's the dog's name?
Didi.
Dee Dee. Aw.
Dee is the dog name. Yes.
Aw.
All right.
So
Can
cute.
we see her?
Yeah.
You see her now?
Yes. Now.
I think she's asleep. Didi?
You can't talk to groomers and say you have a dog right here and then like
Okay.
not show us the dog.
Didi. I think she's asleep. I'll have her shortly then.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Didi,
When she decides to come.
When she wakes up.
it's
When
coming.
she wakes up.
Didi, here. Oh, here.
While we get right after Dee Dee's close up, we'll take our third break. But Dee Dee,
Okay.
say hello.
Okay.
Hello
like, no.
there. Oh, she's adorable.
Oh, she's a mama's girl too.
Yeah, she's very cute.
Oh.
I haven't groomed her for 2 weeks.
Oh, so
Well,
we'll
see, this
take
is
our.
why I have short-haired dogs.
Yeah.
She's really sweet. Yeah.
Oh, I cannot.
Thank you to
Thank
bring her to
All right, so we're going to take our third commercial break. And we're back.
Yay.
Okay, so I got to meet you again. Was Groom Expo the first time you had a booth at a trade show?
Yep.
Okay,
First
so
ever.
you had a really busy booth there.
Yeah, very. We're so happy for what it came. And you like the booth design?
Yeah, I thought guys did great.
Yeah. We were very proud of it. Chris, have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen it. Now I have to look it up because I very rarely get a chance to leave my booth when I'm at Groom Expo.
That's right.
Because
We can
it's
make
like
next time. Are you coming
Yes.
to Pasadena?
Yes.
Cool. We're gonna exhibit it there as well.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna exhibit there. Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm going to be this year, I'm going to be at Pasadena as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be the first time I'm going to be at that show.
Cool. Welcome to California. Yeah.
Well, don't let the name, and this is not saying anything bad about Pasadena. I love Pasadena, but don't let the name Groom Expo West fool you because it's not quite Groom Expo. Nothing is quite Groom Expo just yet.
Really?
So
Yeah.
my question will be is that I will probably come in a day early and I'm going to want to do something in Pasadena.
Well,
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
If you're coming in a whole day early, you may as well like go to LA or something, or go to the Santa Monica Pier at the end of Route 66 or something like that. You can, if in Pasadena, things in Pasadena you can do that I know of off the top of my head are, okay, are you a big Parks and Rec fan?
Yeah. Oh, the show? No.
The show Parks and Rec. Okay.
No.
You can see where they do the Rose Bowl,
Yeah.
goes through Pasadena.
Mm-hmm.
There is a skating rink that I keep meaning to go to, but I've never gone to.
Ice skating or roller rink?
I think ice. I don't know now. I think there's an ice skating rink.
I have
Now
not
I
been
have
ice
to look it up.
skating since I was a teenager. I don't know if it's a good or a bad idea to go and try it again.
Try it.
Yeah.
I didn't know there is
Honestly,
yeah.
that's what's kept me from doing it,
Mhm.
because I haven't gone since I was in high school. And every year I go, oh, there's a rink right there. And then I'm like, yeah.
All right.
And
How about one
how about I
evening-
not break my neck right before?
Yeah, that
a
could kind of be my
show.
concern too. So maybe the night that when I'm leaving the next day, maybe we go to the ice skating rink. This way, if I'm injured, I'm fine.
You have a lot of options in LA though, like, yeah, as Chris mentioned, the Santa Monica, the pier, it's
Mhm.
pretty fun. Yeah.
right,
Also Venice Beach. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what you would really like in LA? You would also like the Griffith Observatory.
Oh, yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Observatory.
yes, we.
All right. So then maybe if I want to go to the Griffith Observatory, I fly in and out of LAX.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, because
That's
you
in
can.
Glendale, so either way, either you go to the airport close to Pasadena or go to LAX. Either way,
Yeah,
because they're in the middle.
Because I think the one that's closer to Pasadena is Burbank, right?
Burbank, yes.
Burbank. And I did fly in and out of Burbank once, and it's nice because it's closer.
Mhm.
And that when I did my touristy stuff, I got in late, so I didn't do anything that day. And I just walked through
Mm.
Old Town a little bit before I left. But I've noticed because it's a regional airport, the flights are cheaper
Yeah.
if you fly into LAX. Like,
Well, yeah, there's that. But here's the other thing too. The fly into Burbank is not a nonstop flight. You're flying into somewhere else. And then
yes,
flying, and I'm
exactly.
trying to avoid that. Now, I understand I could fly into, I think it's Ontario Airport.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the prices there are really comparable to LAX. Now, if I fly into, because we're getting all this travel information, we are the traveling groomers.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so if I fly into Ontario instead, okay, would then getting to Griffith Observatory be reasonable, or am I backtracking?
I think Ontario is very far away from there. From the Griffith Observatory. Well, I can check for you.
Okay, yes.
Okay. But
Ontario
honestly,
Airport to
the price and the flight difference between LAX and Burbank
I was like,
has
doubled.
always been enough for me to rent a car in LAX or in LA and then return it at Pasadena.
That's too far. That's like a 1 hour drive. It's like 50 miles from Ontario.
Okay, she's talking to a mobile groomer. 50 miles is nothing.
Nothing, really? Oh my God. Okay.
Mary, have you driven in LA traffic?
But no. I would be
Have
flying
you?
in- Yes, actually I have. It's horrendous.
It's
Okay.
horrendous. So 50 miles.
No, she said an hour. Oh, no,
I
she
know.
did say 50 miles.
50
Okay, but if
miles.
I'm flying into Ontario, okay, am I actually driving into LA to go to the Griffith, or is that on the outskirts?
Outskirts. So
Outskirts, but you
outskirts.
still might be on the, what is it? What do they call their highway? The freeway?
the I-10 or
Yeah, I don't,
405, no, 405's here. That one is 210. If you drive from the Ontario to the Griffith Observatory. But the good news, if you fly to Burbank, and it's only 8 miles to the observatory. Very
oh,
close by.
Yeah, but we got a nonstop. It's not a nonstop going into it.
All right.
but no, the Griffith Observatory is beautiful. And when we went, the actual inside was closed and it was still worth a visit, even not even going into the observatory, just
Exactly. Yeah.
walking around the outside and looking at the gorgeous mountains.
Mm-hmm. The gorgeous mountains. Yes.
Okay, I will figure it out. That sounds like a plan for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Coming February.
Yes, and it'll be nice and warm there, right?
Yes.
Uh,
Oh,
Yep.
to tell you the amount of driving we did last year, we went, I think we hit both the Griffith Observatory and Venice Beach.
Okay.
So we walked up and down the beach. We saw Muscle Beach.
Mm-hmm. I never heard
Mindy's-
of that Muscle Beach.
It's a section of Venice Beach where they
Okay.
have like, it's like an outdoor gym.
Okay.
It's like an
that's how
outdoor-
you
yeah.
call Muscle Beach? Okay.
Yeah, it's called Muscle Beach. Like
Muscle
Schwarzenegger used to
Gotcha,
like work
gotcha.
out there. It's a huge,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Mary, that is where Luke jumped into the ocean
Oh,
and Helen was going to be competing with him that weekend. Luke is my friend Mindy's service dog, and he's a gorgeous cream colored standard poodle.
Mhm.
And we did not think he was going to follow me into the ocean because that was clearly drowning. Even though I just had my pants rolled up, I was just waiting, but I was clearly going to drown and he had to save me.
Oh.
okay. So
Yeah. So, okay, wait, we digressed.
yeah, we digress. That's actually our tagline. We should have warned you.
We should totally take our 4th commercial break. I feel like.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and we're back.
We're back. We're not the greatest at spacing out our commercial breaks properly. So when I looked at the clock, I'm like, oh, take it now.
We just still got one more to go.
One more
Yeah.
to go. Gotcha.
Okay, so all right. So what I wanted to make mention of is again seeing a need, fulfilling a need. All right.
Mhm.
So you think of some of the products that we groomers use, okay, that were designed by groomers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Happy Hoodie. Okay. Evolution Shears.
Mhm.
All right.
The
A
groomer's
lot of
wall,
the Groomer's Wall. All right.
Mhm.
The
the trig saver, yeah.
Trig Saver. All right. How many shampoo products were designed by groomers? How many combs and brushes were designed by groomers? Okay.
Mm.
So there's some sort of like loose saying that basically that idea that you're thinking about and you're not going to do, somebody else is going to do.
Mm-hmm. Because there's a needs out there. People
There's a
always look
need.
for someone to fill the gap.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yep.
So somebody, all right, is going to do it. And then why not you? Okay. But like anything, you know, it requires a little bit of planning on your parts. Sometimes there's research that has to go into it. I think Chanel from Paw Mat was mentioning that when she was designing the Paw Mat, she wanted specific materials for it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then you know what? There was, you know, trying to source them. So there's whatever it is that you want to do. All right. There's going to be some research involved.
Mhm.
You're going to have to be prepared to do it and to, you know, to take that chance and do it. All right.
Yeah.
Are you happy that you created this program?
For sure. So
Okay.
proud. Yeah.
So yes, you know what? You're on all the platforms, the iOS and the Android, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I know also because I am still in the Moego group
Mhm.
that, you know what, you're very responsive. All right.
Trying, yeah. I think as we have like right now we have like 6,700 like members in the group. And as we have like more and more things on our roadmap, like as product roadmap, we're still developing. We still like every week we launch updates, and we're gonna have like a new product release in the later this week, and also another one like next week. So very busy, but I would say still trying hard to be very responsive. But you can see like in the group right now, there are more, you know, Moego Lily, like siblings, Moego Tyler, Moego Cher, like you know, Moego Nico. Yeah. So these are our team members, and then they're in the group. And I believe a lot of members probably see their names also as frequent as Moego Lily.
Okay, so here's another point I want to make. Okay.
Yeah.
You have a team. You've hired people, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. We have a
Right,
team.
because you can't do everything yourself, right?
No, for sure.
All right. So you hire people. When did you make that decision to hire that first team member of yours?
Oh, let's put this way. So when we first started, like we definitely need like funding partners. It's like, you know, it's programming. So we definitely need someone else also join, like, you know, they have like a special knowledge, one from front end, one, you know, talk about the back end, and then product and design, and then also do the customer support. So specialty for like a developing engineering, you know, the special knowledge regarding setting up the database, the foundations. Those are the things like we need. I'm not the one like doing this. Okay, so we need to have the team members will join with us. So we do have like our, you know, chief technology, CTO, things, that type of title, team members at our very early days. So I would say like, I mean, starting a software is not like completely, you know, you kind of homegrown. You definitely need a certain like a found, and then also the team member to start with. So I would say we do have like team members at the very, very early day, maybe just like 3 months after we have the idea we want to start.
Okay, that's good, because I think that's really important, because, you know, a lot of groomers were sole proprietors, regardless. And there's this desire that, you know what, we need to do all the things. Okay. And we don't need to do all the things. All right. There are things that people are better at than
For sure.
you know.
Yeah.
Most of the copy for the sales pages for my website, they're done by somebody else. Okay, because you know what, they're better at it than I am. Okay. And I could spend way more time working on it, still not be as polished as what they could do. Okay. And there's simply things you don't want to do. I have a virtual assistant. Jessie, my daughter, she's my current virtual assistant.
Why you call virtual?
Because she handles the scheduling of my software, of my social media. Okay?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So she goes in and she does it. I find that tedious to have to go in and schedule all of that. And she's like, I take care of that.
Very easy for her. Yeah.
Very easy for her to do it. You know what? So either something that, you know, someone else can do better, or something you don't want to do, are all very valid reasons to hire somebody to make your business run smoother.
Yeah.
And maybe have time off at the end of the day. You know what that is, right, Chris?
I'm sorry, you switched to Latin for a second. Did you say Timus office at the end of the day? Did you say your day ends and you get time off?
Do you know what happens when we stop recording this podcast?
I go to sleep.
Well, it's okay. It's only 7 o'clock here by the time this finishes up. It's already 10 by you. All right. But at 7 o'clock, my computer gets shut off. And we call it a day. And then I got a book to read, or I watch TV, or I play a game, but I'm done at the end of the day. So let's touch a little bit real quick on self-care, because we're coming up on the holidays.
Yeah.
Okay. So now your customer service, let's just start there first, okay? You have 24/7 customer service?
Yes, we do.
What about the holidays?
Same.
Ooh.
Whoever listen to this, right? Like if you probably talked to Moego Lily in your last Thanksgiving or maybe Christmas Eve, you reach out, you will get a response. Try this year.
Okay. Okay, but you have multiple people. You're not doing it
Of
yourself.
course, not myself. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We structure a team because we want to like very much commit to the industry. So,
Okay. And you know what?
24/7. Yeah, go ahead.
We appreciate that.
Thank
by the
you.
way.
Yeah. We know
Because-
that groomers are very multitasking because your daily time are very busy, right?
Mhm,
Sometimes you operate like during nighttime. So we want to make sure like we are here, like when you setting things up and then you need help with, and then or like what the best practices, and then what's the workaround in the system. So we want to be there like even the nighttime when you have anytime you have free time, because we do see like every groomer is so busy. Yeah.
And nothing goes wrong between 9 and 5 on a weekday, or no, it might between 9 and like 4:30.
Mhm.
Nothing goes wrong during business hours
Mhm.
on a weekday. It's always either really early morning or
Mhm.
late or Saturdays. And it amazes me how many grooming, not grooming businesses as in the people doing the grooming,
Mhm.
how many of our service providers and vendors are
True.
not open on Saturdays
Mm.
because so many groomers work Saturdays.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. I-
I mean, they're allowed a weekend. It just seems simultaneously crazy to me.
But some like take off like Monday, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Different schedule.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. So let's take the last one because we're coming up on time.
Okay.
And we're back.
Ta-da.
Ta-da! Okay. So, all right.
Don't ask me. I didn't remember the question.
I'm asking Chris, you had some awesome questions. Do you remember them?
I will remember them and I will write them down when I'm editing last week's episode because I think that's where we came up
That's
with
where you
them.
I don't remember thinking, boy, was that such a great question? You need to ask that to
No,
everybody.
we did. I remember going, wow, that was great. We need to make that our new question that part I remember, that entire conversation. What the flipping question was?
Didn't write it
Ah.
down, huh? Okay,
No.
so all right, so we're going to still ask you a grooming question. Okay. So do you groom your dog yourself, like in between professional grooming, or it's strictly hands off? That's the job of your groomer.
I take shower for my dog, but
Okay.
that's it. I don't groom. I can't
Okay, so, all right.
because again, let the professional do the professional work.
Very good. We like your attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you do give your dog a bath in between, what shampoo do you use?
Oh, great question. I've essence like 22 degrees, something like that. I've got name. Do you want me to bring it up?
Yeah, because I'm like, I
Yes.
don't know that one.
You sure?
Yes, we want to see it.
Yeah.
Give me one moment.
It really is killing me, Mary, that I cannot remember what the question was.
So when you're editing the last,
I'll write it down.
write it
then
down.
I will remember it.
As soon
I'll
as you
find
say,
it.
"Oh, yeah, that was the question," it was a really good question.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny why I was remembered this as essence. It's Isles of Dogs.
Oh, Isle of Dogs. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a nice shampoo.
That's a
That's
very
shampoo.
nice shampoo.
Yeah. And then I really like the smell.
But that's nice. That's a very professional shampoo. Now, do
Yeah.
you get that from your groomer?
I got from the Healthy Spot. Like, do you know Healthy Spot? It's a retail store right
Oh,
around
okay.
here. Yeah. A retail store.
Well, that's nice that they carry that because I have a really nice pet store by me
Mhm.
and they carry crap shampoo. I mean, I'm sure they think it's good,
Recommend me. You guys are professional. Recommend
No,
me.
no, Isle of Dog
No,
is a
no,
great
that's a good
shampoo.
shampoo. You're
That's the
doing
one.
good. We're
Okay,
impressed.
cool.
We're impressed. You know what? I apologize in advance if this sounds snarky. It's not. I don't mean it badly, but the fact that you talked about all the research you did with groomers and all of that stuff, the fact that you did come up with a good shampoo validated everything you said about listening to groomers and doing research and going to the trade shows. So that made it made everything else sound even better than it already did.
Wow, thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
because what we didn't want to see is a bottle of Pantene.
Oh yeah, if you'd have walked out with a bottle of like Hearts oatmeal, I would have like internally cried and been like, Mary, I can edit this out. Don't put it on YouTube. Just don't.
Oh, no,
and,
no, 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 no.
and
Here's
I'll
the
just
thing.
edit out what the shit, you know what I mean? Because it would have made everything
No, no, no,
else
no.
seem bad.
Here's
But no,
the thing.
it's a
I
very
am
good
doing
shampoo.
no video editing. Okay. This is raw footage.
Raw,
Yeah.
original.
An
Yeah.
original, untouched. Yeah. So no. So don't say anything on here that's going on YouTube that you want edited out, because it's not going to get edited out. Just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So Moego Lily,
Mhm.
or the person who is best known as Moego Lily,
Yes.
is thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be on here and listen to our rambling. And I know Chris also forgot something.
Wow, I did. I have it written down.
Okay, do it here at the end.
Guys, if you made it all the way to the end of the episode, welcome and goodbye from episode number 186, recorded on 11/2, still technically Day of the Dead. Yes. And will be airing on November 16th.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate that you took your time out of your day to be here.
Thank you. Wow, that was
Thank you.
amazing. Like the ending. Wow, great. Good job.
I had to put on my radio voice.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right. Well,
I'm impressed too. So
safe travels, guys.
Wow.